Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to design this beautiful ring band style. I'm going to show you how to add those flowers and how to make this with one whole profile. So let's dive in. All right, so for this ring, you're going to have size 8. Got there. Click OK. And now on this plane, we're going to make our profile for the whole ring. I'm gonna do all at once. I'm gonna show you this way you don't have to do so many steps. So we're gonna create a square. This square is gonna be 2 by 1.6. 2 by 1.6. And you're gonna put it in the middle. This 2 is the size of a stone. You're gonna use a stone 1.7, and 1.6 is the height of the side of the ring. I don't want to make too high, but not too thin either. Okay, so now we're going to create another rectangle. So if my measurement here is 1.6 and I want to go just 0.4 for the little border, for the little wall, we're going to create this one 2 millimeters height and 0.4 . Let's bring, I like this side. Let's bring this side, go up a little bit. We can fix the bottom here if it's not perfect. And we click OK. So now we're going to clean up this. Get the razor and erase that. Click OK. I'm gonna explode these curves because I want to make sure, delete this one, make sure that they are with no intersections, no problems. So click over here. It's giving me 2 curves. Let's delete. Let me hide this one so I can get just this one and delete. Okay, let's bring back. Now you get the eraser and we're going to erase so you are sure that they are correct. Okay, now that's what I want, and I'm gonna create, I'm gonna click the magnet, I'm gonna create one straight line, and we're gonna erase this side. You can delete this one now, and we're going to lace all of them at once and mirror through the center. Okay, we're good without connection again, and everything is there. Okay, so now I want my band to be 12, around 12 by 3 in height. 12 by 3. Let's center it and bring a little up so you have an idea of the size of our band. I'm gonna bring this to this side and mirror through this plane. Very good. Now we're gonna make the dome shape. I'm gonna come over here, open curve, and we're going to make something around there. We're going to offset this. We're going to do 0.5 because after we do some relief, some texture, this is going to be a little bit thicker. Okay, so 0.5 is going to be enough. Do that. Bring these points here to complete the shape. Can go even a little over. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to get the eraser and erase everything that we don't want because we want a whole shape, and do everything in one pass. There we go. Click auto connection, and you have our shape. Let's hide this. You don't need that anymore. So now from here, I wanna just fill it a little bit, the corners. 0.1, I think it's okay. Yes, let's fill it everything. We don't need to do here. That's just there. Now, guys, as I'm designing, I'm looking that this is going to be heavy because it's 2 millimeters, more than 2 millimeters here in 1.6. So let's cut a little bit this, make a little hollow, kind of, so it doesn't get too heavy. I do about here. Because you need to consider this wall not too thin because you're going to do the stones, right? That's why I'm not doing here, because this might be too thin for the stones. So we're going to go over there and here. Auto connection. And we're going to mirror to the other side. Okay it, and let's erase what we don't need. We don't need those curves. Let's erase them. Okay, and out connection again. And let's fill it this. Make the design looks polished. There we go. I think it's looking good. All right, so now let's show this plane. And now we're gonna get the finger size. Come over here and sweeping wizard. Create a single surface. And for this one, I want to be 14 pink gold. Okay. You come over here, and for our section is the profile we just made. Click OK, and we have our band. Now we're going to put these stones. Let's hide this. We don't need any more. You're going to put these stones here. We click on the shape, come over here on this tool right here, extract UV curves. Click on it, and this is the face that we want, and it's by default gets always in the middle. Okay, but if you want to move for some reason, you want to offset, you just come over here, click on it, and change it. Okay, but for our case it's offset 0.5, 0.5, one in the middle. Click OK. Now we're going to click our curve and come to this tool here, variable channel. Click on it. So I know that my stone is going to be 1.7 millimeter. We don't want to the fixed space. You want adjustable, okay? We don't want a minimum spacing because I'm going to space as I please. And we're going to make this going up already so you don't have to do with the stone later. I think that's enough. That's enough. Okay. Now our stone is 1.7 millimeters, and let's start adding stones. To add stones, you just go to the middle wheel on your mouse and keep adding the stones, okay? Now that's close. Let's go slow. It does not matter if you do too much. See, the software is going to say that you have too much stones. So it and also does not matter if you have too much here, and because over here is going to be just what this shape can take and stone amount. But I don't like to see that over there. So I think that's a nice spacing, and it's 37 diamonds, stones. Very good. Now let's make the stone. I'm gonna put 1.7 millimeter, and it's gonna be a diamond. Double click. And in this case, I'm not gonna raise up on Z because we already did the stones a little higher. So click OK. Click on the stones that we made. Jeweling, little hand, diamond, and we hide this. And you see that the stones already have the height that we need. Okay. So now we're going to make the prong. We're going to round it 1.2 millimeters high, 0.7 center, minus 0.4. Click OK. You have our prong over there. We're going to click on the prong and come over here on channel prongs. And the list of position is going to be the variable channel that we did. And you're going to see that prongs are set for us. Very nice, very quick. Click OK. We can hide this. We don't need anymore. Now let's boolean all this, because when you're doing prongs, better if you boolean by themselves before you boolean with the whole shape. It's faster. So let's go back here, boolean them. We click on it and mirror to the other side. And let's mirror the prongs to the other side. It's there for us. Nice. Now let's click this stones, and run the cutters. Very good. I wanna the cutters going through. Click OK. We click the band, the cutters. Come over here and boolean. Take it away. There. Just want to make sure when you're doing this kind of shape, just make sure that the cutters don't touch this wall here. Would look bad. Okay, so you have to be concerned about not only the beauty from the outside of the ring, but the inside also. Okay, so it's not touching. We're good. Very nice. So now Let's hide all this because we're going to make a little flower to run on the center of the band. Let's hide this and this. And you're going to freeze this. So it's a reference for us to see how big we need to make the flower. Let's use this tool here and design. Over here is, as I always say, you design as you like. I'm going to make this shape of a simple flower, but you can design as you like. Let's fix the points around. Something like that. Around here, I think it's good. If it looks weird, we can come back here and tweak the points a little bit to make look better. Okay, so around there. And now let's just scale down, keep original, scale down this a little bit so you have some shape ready to work with. Let's bring this point down a little, this up a little. Same here. It's missing one point here for me. I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, it's nothing missing. Let's just work around. That's good. Okay. And let's make another one. Scale, keep original. And for this one, we're gonna make around there. Okay, let's see how this is gonna look. If it looks weird, we come back and fix it. Okay, and we're gonna make the shape to run the path. That's good enough. Let's get out. Now, I'm gonna hide this shape and work only on the flower. We're gonna control down, click the first and the second curves, and you come over here and get this. As you see, sometimes it comes upside down. You come over here in the third tab and do 1/8 flip, and you can do top. Okay. Now you get the second and the third shape and do the same thing. Over here, create one single surface. For sections, you're gonna have this one. Flipped again. Let's flip 180 and you do top. There we go. Now I'm gonna make this, let me go back because I wanna just move a little bit these points here and here. Let's see how it looks. It looks better. Okay, so let's bring our band. I'm gonna freeze. I'm gonna boolean both. Click on it and I'm gonna move to the top. As you see, this flower is too thin. We're gonna make a little bit taller. Around 1 millimeter is good. And bring it down just a little bit like that. We click OK. We got our flower and come over here on symmetrical band. And you're gonna bend it this way. Let's see if it's enough. It's perfect. And we're gonna bend out also this way. I believe around here. Click OK. Too much. Better. Very good. Let's bring this shape, show this shape, and work a little bit on the size of that flower. I believe that's good enough. And now we're going to make a little center with a stone. You gotta get stone, and I want a blue topaz. It's there already. And we're gonna make small because it's just a little accent. Nothing big. About maybe about here. It's good. Let's see the height. A little lower. There. I think that's good. And we're going to make a bezel for it. We want the round the top. And let's bring this down. 0 offset. Let's bring this up. A little out. A little up. A little in. Oh, guys, in this case here, if you're going to make with gemstones, you can leave this wall a little taller because gemstones tend to be, the girdle be thicker, okay? So make this a little taller just in case your girdle is big and the setter has enough material to set the stone, okay? But let's pretend our is not too tall, just to look better, okay? And if you're doing diamond, you don't need to, for diamond, it's about here. You don't have to do too tall, okay? And we click OK. 0.5, let me go back here. 0.5 millimeter for this width here is enough, okay? 0.5. And we click OK. It's too tall. Let me bring the stone a little lower because we want just a little bit. Of course, here it's still sticking out, but after, because we're designing to go straight to the casting, right? So after you do everything, you polish, this is going to be very low. And if you have to send to a client, maybe to show their client, you can design lower, as flat as you can here, just for visual, but that's not the case. And one thing you notice here, the nice thing about this shape, when you do the curves like this, one curve is more straight and another one it's waved, you see here that we didn't do anything on on the flower itself, and you can see here that this went a little up, this went slightly up. So, you can also play with the shape of the flowers so you can get some different definition here. I'm not too fan of the shape of the flower. Something is bothering me. Let me go back and try to make something a little different. I don't know. Maybe this way. Something is off on this flower. Let me move around a little bit. It's not too pleasant. Something is off and I cannot figure. But again, I'm designing just to show you what you can do with the curves. So I'm not gonna take too much time on the curves here. Let's see if it's a little better. Yeah, I mean, didn't change much, but let's live with it. At least you know what we can do, right? So now we're gonna get this shape, this flower, and come over here, and we're going to do a duplication on the OY axis, okay? You can do here as many as you want. You can do 4. That will look nice too. We're gonna do 5, 6, 7. I want to show a little more when you're looking up. I want to show a little more flower there. I think 8 is enough. I'm gonna do 8. I'm gonna get the bezel, the same thing, duplicate on OY, and you do 8. And the same thing with the stone, OY, 8. Done. Let's bring everything that you did back, because we're gonna see how everything is working and looking together. And I think it's cute. Very cute. We're almost done here. So now we know that this is very nice when you are designing, but when you are going to polish a piece like that, this background with some detail on top is a nightmare. So, or if you have a request of something that's polished here, I suggest you to make these details separate. You can put a pin and then you can laser one by one. And if this is not a request, you can try to polish this, or you can do some texture on the background, which looks very nice and saves a bunch of headache for you to polish. So let's get this. And we're going to cut on Y. Gonna cut on Y just about here. Just about there. And we're gonna keep both sides here. Now I'm gonna get the other side, and also Y. We're going to cut right there. Keep both sides. Now we have this part separate, and that's the part that you're going to do texture right here. Okay. We want this texture to be just rough, slightly rough, nothing too tall. So we want a texture. This is good. And if you want to choose your texture, you click over here and it's going to show you a bunch of different textures, okay? And you can choose whatever. You look at it, see? You can choose, click on the eye, and you can have different text stones, different textures. We're going to do this one. So click OK. And we want make tileable. It means it's going to go all the way like tiles. The face is this face here. The size is, let's uncheck keep ratio and let's do small. So 2 by 2. And for here, we're not going to make too high. I think 0.05 is good. And you can move this so you can see what you're doing. I think it's okay. Over here, I don't want smooth edges. Smooth edges, it's gonna leave you here. This part is smooth and I don't want it. I want the whole thing being with the texture. We're gonna duplicate and check that and duplicate pattern. Let's run and see how it looks. Very nice. See, if you go with this kind of texture, this is going to be slightly rough and you won't have too much problems with the polishing. Okay, well, I think we're done. Let me just hide this sketch, hide this so we can enjoy our work. So guys, this, as you see, it looks like you have a lot of work on it, but as soon as you decide on your profile, the whole band is basically done. See how easy it is? We did the profile, and with this idea, you can do any shape you want, any profile, anything at all. Run at once, and then you do your stones and you do your details as we did here. And the stones you can mirror. So it's a very fast way to do. There's no limit of what you can do with this way of designing because you can do basically anything you want. Guys, that's all for me then. Thank you very much if you are with me to the end. Thank you for being here. And we have other tutorials that you can go and watch. That's all for today. Keep designing and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.